It's day 37 where I post a game every day until I reach 500 elo. I'm currently rated 310. So, as you can tell, the 500 is going to take a while. So now we're going to start doing everything London. They've come out here, and my opponent usually pins my knight when I bring it out, and I obviously could have pinned his knight, but it's just not my style. And we're gonna get bringing our mounties out here, getting everything as developed as possible. So now the bishop is attacked by that bishop. And do I just read it or do I just take that? Back here, and we want to get our castling happening, but of course people want to do other things. And of course the queen is out. That's always a thing. And this bishop can come up to here. And are they going to start castling? Do I castle on the king side here with that being messed up anyway? So let's start just developing still and then figure it all out. They're going on the queen side, so they're thinking I'm going to go on the king side where that file is open, maybe, and mess myself right up, which I know how to do. I know how to mess myself up for sure. So, opponent is 317. I feel like I have hair in my eye. And they got their rooks connected, and mine are now as well. And the pawn's going to come in, so if I take that pawn, then my knight protects. So I could do things there. My knight being okay, so now material is equal, so if I take his knight, then he will be taking me back. And he's looking down there, that there, okay, so take that. Okay, let's just take it. Okay, and then he's gonna take back, obviously. Okay, I do here with my bishop. I can bring my bishop here, attacking that pawn a second time. It is obviously protected 3 times, so that really doesn't necessarily pose too much of a threat to him, but just look. My queen, I wouldn't mind her being over so I can get my rooks developed better. And that pawn is really doing a good job where it is. So I will move this so that I can start getting a queen over maybe. Possibly my rook could be behind this. And there's also this, which the knight protects, so that's not really, and also the bishop, so that's not really an issue right now for me to worry about. I take this pawn, he takes me back with his knight. Oh, he's getting another pawn into it. So bring knight back here, because I almost see that there's going to be some sort of attack being put onto there. And let's think about maybe getting my other rook centralized here. Because if this pawn wanted to move, it could be taken. Queens are then looking at one another. And I've got, if I take that with my bishop, for example, then his knight takes, or if I take with my knight, see if I have something here to think about, because if I take with my knight, he takes me back. On right now where it is, I'm kind of liking only because it stops that from moving. And if I do, might move. It's got a lot of pieces on there. I have as well. It's a pawn as well, so that was not such a good move. Okay. Well, if I start looking at this pawn is, we can't do anything with that. If I push this pawn, he takes, I take his queen. His queen is right now undefended. So if I push that, he can't take with the pawn. He would be taking with the bishop. Okay, so this is a good move, I think. Here, I might be able to stabilize a few things. Has that knight on there as well, which I went and lost my knight or pawn. So he takes like that. So if I take, then he's obviously to take back. So is that even something I have to take? Do I? I can't take with that. Queen is undefended if he takes there, so he knows that. So his queen is now attacking my, or his knight is now attacking my queen. I could figure out what I'm trying to say would be really nice. If I go here with my queen, I'm attacking, but I mean, everything is defended. I'm also attacking that. He's looking down at this pawn. with his knight, so that pawn right there is obviously protected. That there. If I end up taking that, the queen takes that, then my rook is under attack. Really seem to get into a lot of pickle jams. So he does take that. So now actually what he's done with his knight, my queen can just take and still attacking that pawn. Okay, so I take him. And he is up +1, it's saying. So he's gonna try and double those up. I go here, take that pawn, and what else can I do after that? My king, don't know how this is. If I take, takes me back. If I allow him to take, then I take, and then it's 2, so I can't just allow him to take me. And so is there something I can do here that would be a little tricky? If I put it there, it's protected by the queen, and it stops the queen from going up in there. If I put my rook here, that just takes the defense off. That is protected twice where it is. If I do that with the queen, it's only protected once. It's attacked pretty much twice. I take, and then I lose a rook. So I can't move my queen to take that pawn. If I move my king here, he could be one of the takers. Obviously. Oh, if he puts me in check. Oh no, I can take one. And it looks like they are, well, they want to talk now. I can't concentrate and talk. And talk when I'm announcing. That's just talking about what's going on in the game. So at the moment, I obviously can't go for that pawn. He's gonna put his queen also attacking that. Okay. So he takes, I take, he takes, take. Okay, so right now where everything is, I can't go for taking that pawn. If I push my rook up here, that's not going to be a defense on it. Whatever. Always seem to be getting into a stickiness. Okay, if I go here with my queen, he's in check. Then he just takes my queen. Okay. Well, that's not a good move, obviously. And I take that. The queen is off that. He takes. I take. Now, and I can't take back. I'm always making it where I can't take back with my king. So, start bringing pawns up. He starts the taking, so I take, takes back. Okay, so now I'm not going to continue with the taking because, yeah, now if I go there, then I lose my rook. And I could take that with my pawn then. Okay. Because if he takes, I take. He takes with the queen, then I take with my king. Okay, if he's trying. Okay, so I take here. Okay, now get into where the king and all this. So we have to get our king up. He's got a lot of pawns on this side, and I've got that one there. So if he tries to push that one, I don't see. If he puts that one up here, then he can push it. But I mean, otherwise, and there's this one as well. So the king is coming in, and he's not going to just get where he wants to go, probably. I gotta also start thinking about all three of these pawns over here. Mine are, there's two, and I got three on this side, so material's equal, but it's not, as, okay, so now if he tries pushing, I take, he takes back, and then we both have a pawn there. If I push this pawn, then I have to sit there and babysit it. Oh, the king can't go there. It'll be a little hard for him to get over on this side. And obviously, he will use his pawns, so we will push this pawn up because then if he moves that one, okay, so we'll leave that the way it is. Push that, he takes, and then I have that there. Just have to make sure he's not going to get that in there. Can't go to either of these squares, obviously. Let's get this one up. I see. I'm gonna try to figure that out, and I also trying to figure it all out too. So so if I take, he takes. Or if I push, he takes. So I have to actually take. Now this pawn has to stop both of those pawns. If that pawn goes there, I take it, then he takes my pawn. And if I push that one, it's obviously not something I want to do. If I move my king here, he could go there. And possibly try other things. So if I push that pawn, then he just starts pushing that one. So that's not an idea. And I have to continue to back this pawn up. So if he does push here, I can no longer go here. So what have I done? I think I've messed it up. Too many pawns here to babysit. One pawn here is trying to stop two pawns. So if I take and he doesn't take back, well then this pawn will be stopping. Okay. So I can go over here right now and start looking at that. Is he gonna go try to defend that? If not, this pawn, if he does, then this pawn is gonna start getting a little bit of action. Okay, so I obviously have to watch if I take that, he's gonna take this. If I take that and he takes there, then I can start humping that one up there. Okay. But that over here he has two, so I can only take one of those. Oh, this is very messy. Okay, take it. Takes me. And now I have to go over and, well, he's gonna go over there. He's closer to queening than I am. So if he pushes that again, then I will be taking, and then that pawn is gonna go for a run. So I obviously take. So if I push, then okay. So we're both kind of. I'm gonna get a queen first, though, by the looks of it. So he's in check. He has to move, and that pawn is right in the taking of my queen. Now I have to keep my queen away from his king. We're gonna go like this. I'm in check. Start bringing our king into it. Thought he moved. Okay. So now I have to try to get him cut off as much as possible. Then I should have come a little closer, maybe. Anyway. So right now I can put him in check here. And he can't go there. So now if my queen can go here, does that actually make it? Queen can't go there. So we could go here, put him in check again. And I'll just chase him down the board then, I guess. So there. Well, if I put my king here, then all these squares he can't go to, but he's not in check. So that is not a good idea. Check. Now he moves there. If my queen comes here, he still has that square. So I'm messing this up quite bad. If I don't put him in check. Oh, I went and did it where it's stalemate, of course. I should have watched better. Anyway, thanks for watching. I did a stalemate. I tried not to, and I guess I should have paid more attention. Bye.